No, this can't be real. This is not the way this ends.
At least try to face your death with some honor. And don't dream of resurrecting again.
You can all go to hell without me!
What the?
He's lost his golden form.
It's all over now.
How could this happen? Of all the beings in the universe, the one who got the better of me this time was Vegeta! This is not the way this ends!
At least try to face your death with some shred of honor. Don't dream of resurrecting again.
You can all go to hell without me.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Voice Actor Reviews. I haven't done one of these in quite some time, and this week we have quite a good episode because we're talking about Chris Ayres as Frieza and his performance in Dragon Ball Super that recently passed. My God, Chris Ayres is brilliant. And there's something that really pisses me off when it comes to the fan base. I see comments all the time that literally that are telling people, oh, don't watch the Resurrection F arc of Super. Just watch the movie. Just watch Resurrection F the movie and skip the Super arc. And it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. I was not a fan of what they did to Frieza's character in the movie. Now, this is just my opinion. If you have a completely different opinion, if you liked the movie, which I liked the movie, but if you liked, everything in the movie, like with Frieza and everything, that's awesome. But I'm just giving my opinion. And in my opinion, how they treated Frieza in the movie was he was such a whiny baby all the time in the movie. He whined all the time, like. When Beerus showed up, he was like, Beerus, are you here to ruin my fun? He's just whining like a baby. And there was a small scene like that. It's very similar in Resurrection F, in the saga of Dragon Ball Super, but it was kind of done more played up as like a comedic relief moment, because Frieza you could tell Frieza almost kind of shit himself, and it was just like, Beerus is here, just like really like, shitting his pants. But like, for example, when there's a scene in the movie where Vegeta pins Frieza down, and he's got his hand above him, and he's about to kill him, and Vegeta and Frieza's pissed off. But in the movie, he's just whining. He's just, this is not the way that this ends. He's just whining, right? Like a baby. And then when he's about to kill him, he's like, I'm just gonna take you all to hell with me. It sounds like a baby to me. Like he's just whining and whining all the time. But this exact scene was done so much better in the arc of Super. Let me explain. It's the exact same setup, but you can literally hear Frieza's insane anger here. Because while in the movie, when Vegeta pins him down and is about to kill him, he's he's just whining, and he's just like, "This is not the way that this ends." But in the arc, you can hear him gritting his teeth, and he's just yelling, "This is not the way that this ends!" Like, he's just like, so, like, it's a completely different emotion and a completely different take. And in my opinion, it's just so much more Frieza. When Frieza's in that type of a situation, he's not gonna whine and cry about it. He's gonna be pissed off, and he's gonna be like, no, this is not the way that this ends. This isn't. Like, in the movie, the way he said, "This is not the way that this ends," just sounded so submissive. It didn't sound like he was actually going to do anything about that situation. He was just whining about how it can't end this way. But in the arc, he's basically like, it won't end this way. Like, you can hear it in his voice. And then the follow-up scene, where in the movie, he's like, "You'll all go to hell without me," and then just destroys the Earth. In the arc, he looks up at Vegeta and smiles, and just says, "You're all gonna go to hell without me." Like, it's really chilling of a scene in the arc of Super. He's just, "You're all gonna go to hell without me," and then just blows up the Earth. Like, it's so much more of a chilling scene. And then that's just the comparisons I had to the movie, the things that were in the movie. Let's look at all of the things that were added to Frieza, like all the scenes that were added in the arc that weren't in the movie. One of my favorite scenes in the entire Resurrection F arc of Super is when Frieza has Gohan, like, basically against a wall. He's got Gohan on the ropes, and because Gohan had turned into a Super Saiyan and had fought in Ginyu Tagama, and that's when Frieza jumps in and is absolutely torturing him, just using his laser beams and just shooting his arm and all of his limbs to the point where Gohan can't even stand anymore. So he has to literally fall to the ground, and he doesn't have any energy left to maintain the Super Saiyan form. So he just lands down on the ground, and he's just literally, just barely able to move his arm up, just like basically begging Frieza just to spare him. He's not, saying that, but you can tell, like, in the way his motions are, he's like, about to take the big one. And Frieza just this entire time is like, "I can't wait to kill you," just so that when Goku finally shows up, he's gonna, just see his own son's dead body on the ground, and he'll know that he was too late. Like, Frieza in the arc is so much more of Frieza than he ever was in the movie. In the movie, he did have some, scenes where it was reminiscent of Frieza, but there was just way too many scenes of Frieza just whining like an absolute baby. And look at the scenes that were added of his training, about how he literally beat Tagama to within an inch of his life, only to put him in a rejuvenation chamber for a day, and then fight him again the next day, and then beat him again with only an inch of his life, heal him, and then so on and so forth. That's so terrifying, and that's so brutal. That's so Frieza. Like, it's so awesome how much better Chris Ayres' performance was in the Resurrection F arc of Dragon Ball Super rather than the movie. And it really irks me when I see comments that say, skip the Resurrection F arc of Super, just watch the movie, and then, carry on. I couldn't disagree with that statement anymore. I think that the Resurrection F arc improved on a lot that the movie had to offer. Yes, the animation is not, the movie, but really, what were you expecting? They just made the movie. I want you to imagine that you just drew, like, someone paid you $100 to draw a picture. Then right after you drew it, I was going to give you $5 and say, "Here, draw it again." Right? So if I paid you $100 to draw a picture, you're probably going to make it look pretty good. But then right after you drew it, I want you to draw the exact same picture again, but this time I'm only going to pay you $5. Do you think it's going to look anywhere as near as good as the one you did before, the $100 one? No. I mean, I don't know what people were expecting there. It does have some nice moments. It does have some nice animated moments, mostly by Shimanuki, and there's a beautiful scene, one that was not in the movie. Well, it was, but significantly shorter. The Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta versus Golden Frieza scene. It was in the movie and it was nice, but in the arc, we finally got to see Vegeta just do this absolute beatdown on Frieza, and it felt so much better. It's like the movie felt like satisfying, I guess, to a degree, that we finally got to see Vegeta lay a beatdown on Frieza, but it's in no way comparable to how satisfying it felt in watching this in the arc, because it was so much more drawn out, and you can literally just see Vegeta start to toy with him, but then like he goes from toying with him to, you can tell like he's just letting out these emotions he's just had pent up inside of him for years, just out on Frieza, just punching the absolute living crap out of him, and it's a great scene. So the Resurrection F arc of Dragon Ball Super has just finished on Toonami, and it comes out on DVD and Blu-ray in, I believe, October. Please pick it up. Please don't skip it and just watch the movie. Please. Chris Ayres gives such a much better performance in the arc of Dragon Ball Super than he did in the movie. But what do you guys think? I'm curious y'all's thoughts. Do you like Chris Ayres' performance better in the movie or in the TV series? And leave your comments down below, and I guess like always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.